Hello, my name is Matthew Klinsky. I'm the CEO and founder of USA Staffing Services. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the financial differences between having a permanent placement recruitment firm as well as a temporary placement recruitment firm, and what's the differences regarding take-home profitability overall. So as many of you know, especially the ones who are currently running permanent placement recruitment, it's a relationship with the customer is a as-needed basis. When you fill a position, that's when you invoice, and it's a one transaction at a time type of relationship. So when the customer needs a new employee, they contact you, you submit them 3 candidates, they pick one, you're able to invoice. The standard invoicing is 15 to 20% of the first year's salary, but it does depend on your industry. Now that is very easy. However, if you don't get that placement in that month, or maybe you're used to getting one placement every 2 months and it skips a month, what happens to your business? What happens to your rent or your mortgage payment? What happens to your kids' school tuition? So you see, the problem with permanent placement or executive search is if you're not getting a steady stream of business, then it puts you at a financial risk. But the upside is that you can make $15,000, $20,000 per placement. Well, when it comes to the temporary side, the standard for temporary staffing is 7 to 10% of the sales is typically your net profit. And it's 7 to 10% of what's called the bill rate. Now the difference, as you can imagine, is that typically customers need project-based or contract workers, and they're going to be kind of for several weeks, maybe 6-month projects. In those cases, you have the opportunity to connect with your customer on a weekly basis, check in on your workers. You're able to provide the full service, but also you're able to have that steady income week after week after week after week after week. It's also a predictive income because if they work that week, you know that you're going to be able to bill and receive a profit check whenever they make their payment. The main difference is the volume of money that is given per transaction. My thoughts on it changed in 2018 when a lot of our authorized dealers started making a change to the way they invoice their customers on the temp to perm contracts. A lot of our authorized dealers was used to making $10,000 or $15,000 per placement for the permanent placement, and they wanted a way to find to make that same amount of money but have steady income over the course of months. And something transitioned when our unemployment rate went so low is their buyout terms on the temp to perm changed. So what we typically saw was a 5% reduction every 30 days with a 90-day buyout for free. What changed was a 2% or a 1% reduction every 30 days with a 15% buyout at the end of 90 days or a 10% buyout at the end of 6 months. And the main difference when you add up the profit was about the same. The difference though was the cash flow, and cash flow is king, especially when it comes to running your business. And so while the perm placement recruiters consistently can provide a great candidate, the industry sometimes doesn't need your candidates, which puts you at a tough situation. The benefit though is that they are bigger payouts and bigger checks. The temporary staffing side is, again, smaller margins, 7 to 10. Unless you're an authorized dealer, typically our authorized dealers are making 10 to 12% of the bill rate as their profit. So we do have a better service when it comes to helping the back office of our authorized dealers. So they're making, let's say, 10 to 12% when the industry standard is 7 to 9%. But they're able to get consistent, predictable cash flow week after week after week. And in fact, even after the assignment ends, they know that they're getting consistent payments for the next 4 or 6 weeks because typically the customers pay on a 30 or 45-day terms. It allows them to make better business decisions. Overall, both options are good. I definitely recommend a full service desk if you're a recruiter or staffing person. And in general, if you want to service your customers to the best of your abilities, then offering them a temporary and a permanent placement is a great solution. If you need any more questions, feel free to email me or stop by our website at usastaffingservices.com. I'd love to talk to you more about it. Thanks. Have a great day.